Some people don't hate you. They just don't respect you. And the reason might be simple. You're too kind in a world that only respects strength. You forgive too fast. You explain too much. You give without limits. And people learn something about you. They can cross you and still keep you. This video isn't about becoming cruel. It's about understanding a dangerous truth. Kindness without strength becomes weakness. From young, you were taught, be nice, be patient, be understanding, turn the other cheek. And those are beautiful values in a world where everyone is honest. But the real world isn't built on morals alone. It's built on power dynamics. People test each other quietly, with jokes, with disrespect, with small boundary crosses, and they watch your reaction. If you smile, if you explain, if you forgive every time, they don't think, what a good person. They think, I can do this again. Machiavelli never said, be evil. He said something more dangerous. A leader must avoid being hated, but must never be seen as weak. In modern life, that means you don't need to be cruel, but you must be firm. You must be respected, because respect is what protects kindness. Kindness without respect is charity, and charity creates imbalance. When one person always gives and the other always takes, power shifts, and power always changes behavior. People rarely attack you directly. They test you softly. They joke at your expense, ignore your time, talk over you, take more than they give. And every time they do, they're asking, how much can I get away with? If your answer is, it's okay, no problem, don't worry about it, you are teaching them your price, not in money, but in dignity. Kindness becomes weakness when you forgive without change, you give without limits, you explain instead of enforce. Examples: you forgive someone who keeps disrespecting you. They don't change, they get comfortable. You help someone every time they fail. They stop trying. You explain your boundaries again and again. They learn you don't enforce them. And the truth is painful. People don't respect kindness. They respect boundaries. Kindness is only value when it has a cost. Some people don't hate kindness. They use it. They look for people who feel guilty saying no. People who over-explain. People who hate conflict. Because those people are easy to move. Not with force, but with emotion, guilt, shame. After all I've done for you, you've changed. You're selfish now. That's not love. That's control wearing kindness as a mask. Machiavelli's rule translated today: be kind, but never harmless. Harmless people are ignored. Respected people are careful with. You don't need to threaten. You don't need to shout. You need standards. Standards mean you correct disrespect early. You don't beg for understanding. You don't reward bad behavior with access. Your presence should feel calm, but not free. Real power kindness looks like you help once, then watch behavior. You forgive once, not forever. You give, but you can also take away access. You don't say, I'm sorry you made me upset. You say, don't talk to me like that. You don't say, I understand, it's okay. You say, that doesn't work for me. That's not cruelty. That's self-respect. Most people stay weak because they fear one thing: being seen as bad. They don't want to be mean, cold, rude, difficult, so they accept disrespect, being used, being ignored. But here's the truth. Someone will always see you as bad, either for having standards or for finally snapping. It's better to be respected early than feared later. If you stay too kind too long, you become invisible. People take your energy for granted. You grow quiet resentment. Then one day you explode. And when you explode, people say, you changed. You're not the same. You're acting crazy. No, you didn't change. You got tired of being silent. Strong people don't explode. They correct early. Machiavelli didn't teach cruelty. He taught control. Control of your image, your boundaries, your reactions. The balance is simple. Be kind, be fair, but never be easy to cross. Let your kindness feel earned, not automatic. Here's a difference between being soft and being weak. Soft means you care, you listen, you have empathy. Weak means you allow disrespect, you avoid boundaries. You fear losing people more than losing yourself. Soft people with strength are dangerous in a good way. Weak people with kindness become invisible. You don't lose people when you set boundaries. You lose people who are only there because you had none. When you stop being too kind, 3 things happen. Some people respect you more. They become careful. They listen when you speak. They stop crossing lines casually. Some people feel uncomfortable because your silence, your no, and your calm distance reminds them they can't control you anymore. Some people disappear, not because you became bad, but because you became expensive. And that's not loss. That's cleaning. In relationships, kindness without strength becomes desperation. You overgive, you overforgive, you overexplain, and the other person slowly stops valuing you. Not because they're evil, but because humans respect what can leave. Love that cannot walk away is not love. It's fear wearing loyalty's clothes. Real love is calm, but not trapped. Present, but not dependent. Kind, but not harmless. If someone knows you will stay no matter how they treat you, they stop trying. Some of the deepest weakness comes from family pressure. You can't say no to family. Blood is blood. Just ignore it. That's how they are. But blood doesn't excuse disrespect. History doesn't cancel abuse. Love doesn't mean silence. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is disappoint people who benefit from your weakness. You can love people and still limit them. The hardest part of becoming strong is not fighting others. It's fighting the voice inside you that says, you're being mean, you're changing, you're selfish, you're cold. That voice was trained by a world that benefits from you being easy. Strength feels wrong at first because you're not used to choosing yourself. But peace always comes after discomfort. The world doesn't reward goodness. It rewards clarity. Clarity of boundaries, standards, self-respect. When people know where you stand, they either respect it or remove themselves. Both outcomes protect you. You were never meant to be hard. You were meant to be whole. And wholeness needs protection. Kindness is beautiful, but kindness without strength is dangerous to you. So be kind, be fair, be human, but never be easy to break. Many people who are too kind aren't weak by nature. They were trained. Maybe you grew up in chaos. Maybe love was conditional. Maybe you learned early that being quiet, helpful, and easy kept you safe. So now as an adult, you avoid conflict, overgive, over-apologize, not because you're fake, but because you're still surviving. But survival habits don't always build strong futures. What protected you once can destroy you later. People who use kind people rarely use force. They use guilt. They say, you've changed. You don't care anymore. After all I did for you. Those words are not about love. They're about control. Love says, I respect your boundary even if I don't like it. Control says, I'll make you feel bad until you give in. If someone needs you to feel guilty, to keep you close, they don't love you. They own you. Walking away is not weakness. It's the final boundary. You don't need closure from people who never gave you respect. Silence after disrespect is not passive. It's decisive. When you walk away without drama, you teach a powerful lesson. Access to you is not guaranteed. And the people who never valued you will feel your absence more than your words. They don't miss your kindness. They miss your availability. They miss your listening, your giving, your forgiving. They don't miss you. They miss what you provided. And when you leave, they call it, you changed. No, you stopped bleeding for people who wouldn't even bandage you. You're not becoming cruel. You're becoming selective. Selective with your time, your energy, your forgiveness, your presence. That's not ego. That's survival with dignity. You're not here to save everyone. You're here to live well. Ask yourself, who benefits from me being easy? Who gets uncomfortable when I say no? Who disappears when I stop giving? Those answers tell you everything. People who love you, adapt to your strength. People who use you, fight it. You don't need to become hard. You need to become unbreakable. Kindness is your nature. Strength is your responsibility. Protect both. You were never meant to be cold. You were meant to be whole. And wholeness needs protection. Kindness is beautiful, but kindness without strength is dangerous to you. So don't become cruel. Become clear. Clear about what you allow. Clear about what you deserve. Clear about who gets access to you. Some people will respect the new you. Some people will miss the old version they could use. Both outcomes are freedom. If this video spoke to you, comment standard. That means you're done being easy. Subscribe to MindLock, where kindness meets strength and calm becomes power. Stay sharp. Stay calm.